Okay, Q&A 1, first of many, hopefully. I had to print everything out because it's on my phone, so I don't think I get internet out here with the laptop. Thanks so much for joining. So first question, the mindset when like pushing through, bad days or if the energy's low. This question is from Moon Merchant 7148. Thank you very much for the question, Moon Merchant. I mean, obviously, hopefully the bad days never come, but inevitably, you do have that day where you're just not feeling great. And what I usually do is try and figure out why my energy is low and just use it as a learning experience. So like, for example, previously I had a deadlift day that did not go very well and my sleep wasn't super great. And I think my hydration possibly could have been a little better the day before. So, I do what I can on the day of to salvage the workout, but it's taken me a while to work on, like, how do I say this? Like, say it was the day like I wanted to do 10 reps with 405 on deadlift or something like that, and like that was my goal and I really wanted to do it, and energy wasn't there and only got 6 reps. Back in the day I used to get a little discouraged, and like I would go back and the next day try and do deadlifts again or something, and try and repeat and just break the body down even more and end up more tired. So now what I do is just I do what I can for that workout. I look back, like I said, analyze what I could have done better, take some notes in the dream journal over there in the workout plan, so that I know for next time, like, okay, what could I have done better? Like, what was in my control that I could have improved? And typically it's something to do with recovery, food, or like overdoing it the day before with a previous workout or something of that nature. So that's what I do when the tough days show up. I really enjoy working out, so I'm always motivated to work out. But I do get pretty focused on specific numbers and specific things that I want to accomplish. So that's where I've got to be a little cautious, because when I get too focused on that, I forget, like, hey, we're in this for the long journey. It's steady gains added up over time that really matter. Obviously, the small incremental goals are good. Or I'm sorry, the big goals are great too, but the small incremental goals add up over time are most important. So one not so great workout means literally nothing, or very little over the span of a year. However, if I let that one workout throw me off track, and then I end up changing my routine based on it or something like that when I really didn't need to, then you can run into issues. So as long as you feel good about your plan, stick with it and try and figure out why things went wrong. Pre-workout, I like to watch some motivational stuff to get fired up. Like, I feel like that makes a big difference. So that's definitely something that can help, if you're not feeling it day of. And obviously some extra carbohydrates, that always helps me, but I can't speak to that for other people because the goals may be different. So that's a person by person thing. So anyway, that's question number 1. On to next question from Urban Journal, Brian Baker. Thank you so much for the question, Brian. Strongman competition in the future? Yes, I think so. That's where my interests are right now, in the strongman world. Not so interested in the powerlifting, bodybuilding. A long time ago, I did do a natural bodybuilding contest. It was when I was 19, I think, and it was good to do it, to check that box, figure out if it was like a path that I wanted to go down, and it was good to do it was a good experience, but that's not the route I want to go. So yes, to the strongman contest, I just got to find one and really decide to do it. I mean, I just like lifting and training, so I don't feel any rush to do anything at any specific period of time. But I also need to be careful with not like trying to, going into it with like I'm only going to do the contest if I know I can win, like that kind of mindset. I'm going to get my coffee in here. Obviously, if I entered a contest, I would want to try and win, but that could hold somebody back, I feel like, because sometimes it's good to just dive right in and just do it and try. So yes, I think possibly in the future. Great question. Specific food I can't live without? That question is from Jimster104. Well, steak. I certainly love steak, and I do eat a lot of yogurt too. Could I live without it? Like if somebody said you can't have steak anymore ever, I mean, I would be disappointed. I would probably be okay. Um, Other than that, I mean, the diet kind of covers a lot of different foods. I'm not really huge into like the sugary sweet foods. So like I'll have, like the chocolate milk occasionally or like ice cream occasionally, but it's not something I crave. I'm more all about like the salty stuff. So yeah, steak's probably the answer to that one. Good question. Another question from Brian Baker, Urban Journal. Thank you again for the questions, Brian. Top 5 lifts that have contributed to gains. And I did not think about the answer to this question beforehand, so you're getting the honest reaction. I love deadlifts, and I think they're like a really good just overall test of strength. They probably build like mostly traps and lower back, but I wouldn't say that I mean, I'm sure most people were expecting I would say that because I post, bigger deadlifts than other lifts. Probably, yeah, so not deadlifts, unfortunately. I just like doing them. Probably for legs, we'll make that one of them. Front squats, lots of quad gains from front squats. Back squats are great, but I've felt like the front squats have really hammered the quad growth and like the inner, the teardrop. What is it? The vastus medialis, something like that. And then for legs, I would say single leg calf raise. It's absolutely huge. And for a home gym lifter like myself, you don't need any equipment. At the gym, you could use a stacked like calf raise machine or something like that. So yeah, those are the first two. Let's see. For chest, honestly, lately I've seen a lot of, and I haven't really done this lift previously, but incline barbell bench, seen a lot of really good gains in the chest from that movement. So I would say incline barbell bench with a pause, slow and controlled. Got to get the pause. I'm big about the pause. Like the fully stretched position of the muscles where you're going to get a lot of growth, possibly the most growth. So if you just down and up, bounce through it, you're going to lose a lot of potential gains, in my opinion, doing research. So pause incline bench. So let's see, that's 1, 2, 3. And then for the back, I love pull-ups and I start my workouts with them, but honestly, I don't know if I see any like significant gains from them anymore because I built them up for a long time. So I don't know if I'm seeing too much in the way of gains from the pull-ups, but those double dumbbell rows, the exercise I do second on back day, if you've seen my videos before, you'll know what I'm talking about. Those I feel like really, really led to some good like thickness in the mid back, and I feel like they helped just me strengthen for deadlift. So for a lot of reasons, I'll put those as a number 4. And then let's see, we're gonna make it top 7. Sorry about that, Brian. For abs, a crunch on a bench where you kind of stretch your head over the back of the bench. I'll have to demo them sometime in a video, but basically just a regular weighted crunch for ab development. I've seen some really, really good gains in the core from those. Holding the weight behind your head, not overhead. Easy to cheat if they're overhead. Behind the head, there's no way to cheat. You just gotta be careful not to pull on your neck. Again, that exercise might not be right for you. I'm just talking about me personally. For triceps, absolutely the skull crushers. Even though they can get a little toasty on the elbows, they've been good lately. But yeah, I would say probably honestly the dumbbell skull crushers. Even though I've moved to easy bar as of late, I would say the dumbbell skull crushers are better for myself at least. And then last one. Sorry to expand on your question, Brian. For biceps, I would say the farmer grip curl. I actually got one of them right here. Just absolutely blows up the biceps and forearms. So that kind of covers two things there. Just slow and steady. Same thing. Pause at the bottom. Let's see. All right. So great question there. How long with this training style and then current PRs? This question is from Wes Robinson 7506. Thank you for the question, Wes. With this current training style, let's see. So the bulk started 260 days ago or something like that. At the beginning of the bulk, I was doing 5 days a week, worked up to 6, worked up to 7. So things kind of metamorphosized throughout the journey there. So the 7 days per week style, that's probably something that's been going on for maybe like 100 days. But I absolutely love it. Keeps my focus going. And I feel like because the workouts are shorter, I'm able to recover okay. But if the workouts, and I talk about this like probably most videos, if my workouts were like an hour and a half long, there's no way I'd be able to work out every day. It's just not, not something my body would be able to recover from effectively unless I was sleeping maybe like 10 hours a day. So yeah, probably about 100 days for this specific training style. Current PRs, I'm going to go with current rep PRs because I haven't maxed anything lately. Even that deadlift, I felt like I had more in the tank. The bench recently, more in the tank. So I'm going to go with like current rep PRs. Deadlift 520 for 7. Obviously, that's with straps. The grip, I don't think I'd have any issues with grip. I just don't feel like doing the under over grip because I have no interest in doing a powerlifting contest. So, I get plenty of grip work in with the farmer carries and with the farmer grip curls. So yeah, 520 for 7 on deadlift, soon to be beaten, possibly next week. On bench, we did do 325 for 1, but I would say the 275 for 9, 9.99 reps, that would be a more, indicative of the actual strength there. But again, haven't actually maxed that. So yeah, 275 for 9. And then squats, definitely the 405 for 5. That was an epic workout. Have not gone back up to the 405 because I've been trying to work in the higher rep range. But again, that's not max effort. That's, for a set of 5. But yeah, that absolutely crushes anything else previously that I've done on squats. So great question there. Thank you, Wes. Height and age, Saka Steve, thank you for the question. I feel like people usually ask about the height. And sometimes I see like YouTubers getting like kind of like bent out of shape or like upset that people are asking, because they're like trying to say like, oh, you're not that tall, or, I'm taller than you or something. But I don't think it's that at all. Like I think people ask because they want to know, like, is this person's height comparable to where I'm at? And also for like frame of reference, because when you're filming, it's kind of hard to tell. But I think people ask that because they want to know, like, could I get to a similar physique if I get to, the same weight as this person? So I have no problem with that. Height 5'11" and a little bit. That's without shoes. So obviously with shoes, a little bit taller. And then age 31, closing in on 32. That's coming up in July. Not going to say exactly what day. Maybe I'll. I guess, would that be around a year of me filming? That might be close to my actual year of documenting on YouTube. We'll have to see when we get there. So yeah, those are the answers there. Thanks for asking, Saka Steve. And then another question from Brian Baker, Urban Journal. Pause reps versus full range of motion. This question I think was kind of more referring to like, has my form changed and adapted and improved over my lifting journey? And it definitely has. When I first started doing squats, I was doing like Smith machine squats, partial range of motion, like really, really not great. And it took me a while to figure out like how I needed to actually squat. Same thing on bench press. I was doing Smith machine bench at first. Not that there's anything wrong with, either of those, but I wasn't doing them because like I couldn't, use like an actual barbell. Sorry about that, little voice crack. I was just doing them because I didn't know there was a benefit to doing, like a free squat with a barbell, or the same thing with a bench press. So thankfully, eventually I figured out that I needed to be using, barbell. And then eventually I started doing pause bench. And the pause bench just always felt better for me. Like very quickly after I started doing bench press, I started doing pause bench because it just felt like a more legitimate rep. I just saw people like absolutely flying through reps with bench press and just like slamming the bar down to their chest and like just boom, boom, right back up. And I was just like, that feeling when like you're going down a chalkboard with like fingernails, like that scene in Jaws. Like I got that, like I was like, oh, that just looks terrible. And I was like, I am not going to do that. Like even if it means I got to spend longer at a certain weight, or it's going to take me a little longer to build up to certain numbers, whatever. Like I'm just going to put in the time and not have trash form. And yeah, same with squats. I definitely deadlifts took me a while to figure out the form. I don't know why. Definitely it has improved a lot lately because of those double dumbbell rows. I think just like reinforcing flat back, um, like locking in the lats a little more, trying to use a little more glutes and hamstrings, a little less of the lower back, because the lower back is like right away, like, use me, don't worry about the hamstrings and glutes. So yeah, the form has improved, and I would say it's definitely still improving. I mean, I'm still figuring things out, still kind of making changes. Right now, considering making squats like full, more like Olympic squat with a pause every time. Oh, diesel truck going by. Sick. All right, now we can continue. So that's something I'm pondering. Deadlifts, I mean, stop at the bottom. I don't think I would ever add in like a pause halfway up or anything like that. Like just stopping at the bottom, not doing touch and go. Touch and go, it's just significantly easier to fly through repetitions. Same with the bench. Like you can kind of bounce off the ground. And I don't want to progress with that and give myself a false sense of accomplishment and then eventually just have to backtrack and, relearn how to do a movement, especially, if you're going for a maximum effort weight, like your touch and go reps aren't really going to help you. Like that resetting at the bottom and then power off the ground, that's what's actually going to help you build up your max effort. So let's see. Yeah, that's it for the Q&A. If I missed anyone's questions, please post them. I don't think I did because I reviewed comments and then obviously I looked at the post. But this was a lot of fun. I really appreciate everyone posting a question. And if you want me to do another Q&A, maybe in like a month or two, just drop a like. Oh, I forgot to say at the beginning of the video, please subscribe. I always forget. Still not thinking about it. If you did like the video and you're new to the channel and haven't been here before, please subscribe so you see my next video, and drop a comment because that really helps. Comment and like, that really helps the algorithm, helps YouTube like send it around to other people. Share it, share the channel. So I really appreciate that. And yeah, hope your day is awesome, and hope you enjoyed the content. And yeah, all right, until the next video, peace.